Hi everyone, I'm Laura and this is Go Simply. Today I have an indoor walking and jumping jack workout for you. So it's going to be a HIIT style workout. We're going to do 30 seconds of walking and then 30 seconds of a jumping jack variation. I have 15 different types of jumping jacks that we'll be doing, so you're not going to repeat any of the jumping jack styles. So it'll be 30 seconds walking, 30 seconds jumping jack variation, and then back to walking. I'll do just a little bit of a freestyle warm-up to begin with, and we'll have a little bit of a cool down in the end. And all this should be about a 20-minute workout. You don't need any equipment, so after you've hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up, let's get started. Okay, we're going to start our warm-up here, just moving the legs slowly, and let's do a few shoulder rolls to the back. We're just going to warm up a little bit through the shoulder girdle because jumping jacks are constantly having our arms moving, so then we can just swing our arms across. Try to put one arm on top, and then when you go the other way, the other arm on top, if you remember. Okay, and then let's do just bend your knees and swing the arms up overhead. It's not a full squat, it's just a bit of a push back with your bottom and bend your knees. Okay, we'll do a couple more of these. Okay, great. And then let's just sort of lunge off to one side and come up. And then the other side. Just open up a little bit through those hips and the lateral movement since those legs are going to be jumping out. And we'll just do one more each side. Okay, and then let's do a few sort of step backs. Just warm up. Oh, my shoes are squeaking. Just warm up through the back of the leg, get the calf warmed up a little bit. And you can stick with these, or if you feel like it, you can go down into a bit more of a lunge. And just keep those arms moving. We'll do one more each side. Excellent. Then we'll come back to the front. We're just going to do a few hip rolls. We'll do both sides, but we'll just start with one side. And just get that hip girdle nice and warmed up. We'll do two more on this side, and then we'll switch. Okay, and let's do the other side. Just two more. Okay, and then let's just pull our knees in. We'll do one more each side. Okay, and then let's just do a few bent over toe touches. And let's just do one more each side. Excellent. And then let's do just a few squats. So again, leading with your bottom. And actually, the lower you go, the better it is for your knees. They receive more support from the hamstrings, from the glutes, and from the quads the lower you go. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but it is true. And let's just do two more. Excellent. So hopefully your muscles feel a little bit warmer. We've gotten those shoulders a little bit looser. Again, you don't need any equipment, so I'm just going to set my timer and let's go. Okay, so the first interval is going to be walking. Remember, we're doing 30 seconds of walking and then 30 seconds of jumping jack variation. And we have 15 different styles of jumping jacks to go through. So some of them are going to be from a standing up position, some of them are going to be down on the floor. I guess if you have a super hard surface, maybe a mat, but you should be okay. Okay, we're going to start with some up and out jacks. So out to the side, up in front. So you can do this low impact if you want. Just tap those legs out to the side. It's totally up to you. If you have the energy, you can take it up. Believe me, by the end of doing all of these jumping jacks, we are going to be feeling quite sweaty, I think, and it's going to be a good heart rate push today. Okay, and back to walking. The good news is every 30 seconds you're getting a break to walk around and let the heart rate come down a little bit, but not totally down. Okay, so next up we're going to do plank jacks. So we're going to get down into a plank position and jumping jack our legs in and out, and our upper body holds the plank. So I'm going to get ready here. I'm going to step down, I get into my plank, and then jack my legs. So again, you can walk it if you like. Just tap the legs out to the side. That's fine. Try to make sure that your belly's in, that your bum's not sticking up too high. And again, if you have the energy, you can keep it jumping. So make your way back up and back to walking. The good news about these walking interval workouts is they go so quickly, which is great because sometimes you just feel like your exercise is taking too long and you're getting bored, and that doesn't really happen with an indoor walking workout. So next up we're going to do a stutter jack. This one's always a bit of a brain challenge. So you go out, up, out, in. And you have to stop yourself in between every time. And your brain just wants to keep going. So it's good to really get your brain sort of in the action a little bit. We're almost done, and then we're back to walking. Okay, back to walking. And again, you can move around. I always tell you, use up your space. You can go backwards. You can stay forwards. You can just stand in one spot if you want. You can walk sideways, get some lateral movement in there. Okay, next up we're doing a scissor jack. So some people call it cross-country skier, but so it's jacking in the opposite direction with your legs scissoring forwards and backwards and your arms scissoring forwards and backwards. And you can go slow and take out all of the impact if you wish, or you can keep it up. And back to walking. So next up, we're going to do a crouch jack. So we're going to crouch into sort of a half squat. And we're going to squeeze our arms together as we do it. So just watch me as I get started and then join in when you can. And there, of course, you can do it low impact as well. Okay, so you crouch down and out and in and squeeze those arms. So again, I'm sort of a half squat. And you can go just like this if you want to take out that impact, no problem. Or you can jump it. And so squeeze those arms in. So it's a crouch and squeeze. Okay, and back to walking. Next up, we're going to get down on the ground and we're going to do a crunch jack. So, some people call it a jackknife crunch. So we'll make our way down slowly. Don't rush. Get there when you can. If you only get 20 seconds in, that's just fine. Okay, so I'm going to make my way down. I'm going to lie down and I'm going to jack across. So opposite toe to opposite hand. Okay, just a couple more seconds. Okay, so make your way back up. And we're back to walking. So I like doing jumping jacks because it's something I can do with my knees, even though they are arthritic. And my physiotherapist is telling me, and I firmly believe, that having some impact in your life is good to keep those joints strong. The muscles around them and the bones around them have some impact. Okay, now we're doing a burpee jack. So you're going to come out and then, whoops. So cross those legs out and then jumping jack at the top. Go down, out, in, and jumping jack at the top. So you've got jack legs on the bottom and then a jumping jack at the top. So by adding a little bit of impact into my life, I'm actually keeping my knees and joints stronger. I can't do all of the high impact stuff anymore, but that's okay. So I do what I can, and this is something I can do and feels comfortable for me. Next we're going to do a crisscross jack. So again, watch and join in when you can. So we're going to cross arms and cross legs. So the legs are crossing in front and the arms are crossing in front. You can make fists with your hands or you can keep them open. It doesn't matter. My heart rate is definitely up, which is good. That's good for our cardiovascular health. Okay, we're past halfway now. Isn't that great? We're halfway through the workout already. Actually, we're past halfway through the workout. Okay, so now we're going to do a standing toe touch jack. Some people call it like a toy soldier. But I'll show you what I mean right here. So you're going to cross over and touch the opposite toe. So this one, I don't do jumping. I don't know if you can. Maybe you can. But my lower back certainly wouldn't appreciate that. I don't necessarily suggest jumping with it. So let this one be a little bit of a breather for you. But very good for those abdominals and for your balance. Excellent, and back to walking. Whew. So make sure you're breathing through this whole thing. Don't hold your breath. It'll only make it more difficult. If you need a break at any time, just hit pause and go and grab some water. That's definitely fine. I will still be here when you want to come back. So next up we're going to do a boxer jack. So we're going to punch in front. So let's punch and jack those legs. So every time you jack out, an arm comes out front and punches. If you had little hand weights nearby, you could certainly add them if you want to. Mine are here, but they're off camera. So I'm just going to do them without today. And back to walking. And again, you can move around. I'm not being very talkative today, am I? That's so out of character for me. Maybe it's because I have to concentrate on making sure I'm getting enough breath. So next up, we're going to do a bent over cross jack. So we're going to toe touch and jack up. Toe touch and jack up. And again, you can low impact if that works better for you. But if you can, try and take it up. Okay, I'm back to walking. We don't have that many left. I think 4 more intervals. We're really getting through this. And it'll take you through a little bit of a stretch at the end. So next up, we're going to do power jacks. So these ones have some squat in them. So I'll show you the low impact version first, in case you're someone who can't do a jumping squat, which is fine. I have days I can and days I can't. So you're going to go down and up. So this is the low impact version. And then if you want the high one, you're going to squat and come up. So again, I definitely have days I can't do this. They're often very weather related, if they're cold, wet, damp. But today I'm feeling pretty strong. Excellent. And now back to walking. 3 more styles of jacks. We're just burning through this. That's great. My heart rate is up. I feel good. Again, you can walk sideways. We're getting lots of nice lateral movement for the hips today. So next up, we're doing a bear plank jack. So here's the bear plank. You can either step out to the side, keeping the leg bent. Okay, so they're staying bent at that 90 degree at the knee, or you can jump it. You have to use your abdominals to hold that sort of neutral position of your spine. Just a few more seconds here. This one's really hard on the quads. Okay, excellent. Back up to walking. Again, I like this moving sideways. Maybe it's because my hips feel nice and loose after warming them up and then doing the jumping jacks. Hips and knees, those are the things we really want to protect as we get older. And your back. Your hips and knees tend to be the ones that really... Okay, shoulder press jack. So pressing up and down. And again, here's your low impact. Just do it like you mean it. If you're doing the low impact, that's fine. It doesn't mean you have to go like this. Okay, like put something into it. And your heart rate will definitely still get up there. You don't have to jump if you don't feel like it, if your body can't do it today. Okay, back to walking. This is our last walk. I'm going to try, I haven't done much backwards today. And backwards is usually my thing. Okay, our last is going to be regular old jumping jacks. If you can believe it, we haven't done a regular jumping jack yet. I'm actually finding this workout kind of fun. I had to come up with all these different jumping jack variations. I didn't know I could come up with so many. Let me know if you've thought of any that I haven't done yet, and let me know by putting them in the comments below. Is there some sort of jumping jack variation that I could have added to this that I didn't? And again, you can low impact this. Sorry, I should have shown you earlier. well done. So just let your arms come down, give them a sort of a swing around. Just move your legs a bit. Let that heart rate come down. You can sort of wander around. Give it just a second before we stop. Okay. And let's just pull one knee in, get a little stretch. We'll just do this very slowly. Good. One more each side. Excellent. And let's just bend over from our waist and let's walk those feet out a bit and just see if you can hold this for a minute and then slowly rotate your hands off to one side. Give a little twist, see if you can feel a stretch through sort of the shoulder and the side here, as well as the back. And just hold it for a moment. And then slowly move hands to the other side. And again, you might even feel I'm feeling a nice stretch in my hamstring and even my calf, as well as my arm, my back. Excellent. And then I'm just going to come down onto my knees. And I'm going to put one leg up in front. I'm going to lean into that, and I'm really going to let the front of my hip flexor stretch out on the other leg. Just hold that for a minute. That's great. And before we switch sides, I'm going to put my hands down, and I'm going to shift my weight back, and I'm going to pull my toe up and get a nice stretch in the back of the calf, behind the knee, and the hamstring. My watch just told me I did a great workout. So if I don't tell you that you did a great workout today, we're going to switch legs here and come back up, stretch out that hip flexor. Let it be known that my watch is telling us that we did a good workout. I find that comical. I find it comical that my watch tells me that I did a good workout, that I can't decide that for myself if I put in a good effort today and did a good workout. But I guess that's the sign of the times, right? My children got this watch for me. And it's a lovely present. And it does all these great things. And they love to tell me about all these great things that it does. Okay, let's again lean back, point the toe up, and get the stretch in behind the back of the leg. And they oh my gosh, they use it to track how many hours of sleep they're getting. And then it tells them, you had a great night's sleep. And it's funny because I wake up in the morning and I know if I've had a good night's sleep or not. I don't need my watch to tell me. I either wake up, and I'm like, wow, I had a really good night's sleep. Or I wake up and I'm like, oh, man, I'm tired. I did not sleep well. I don't need my watch to inform me of that. But see, they grew up with technology, and I'm not saying I didn't grow up with any technology, but let's face it, the internet wasn't a thing for me until I was leaving high school. In fact, really, it was even into university by the time the internet was really making its big push. Okay, and let's come to a seated position. And let's just bring the soles of our feet together. You can grab onto them with your hands and push your knees down. But when my children were born, of course, there was already the internet, and smartphones were coming in when they were still really little. And so they find this all fascinating, and I find it kind of superfluous. I don't need the watch to tell me I did a great workout. But it's fun, and they love it. And it does do a lot of great things. It'll tell me who's calling my phone, and then I can decide if I want to answer it or not. It'll tell me what email I just got. And some of that I really like, and some of it I just feel way too overconnected, and I just turn off notifications. So you'll have to let me know in the comments, are you someone who likes all this extra tech in your life? Or do you feel like it's just too much? that you can check your email. I don't really need my watch to tell me that an email came. But I know we've grown up in different eras and we get comforts and different things. So let's now just sit cross-legged and we'll just do a little twist to one side. And some of us really love technology in our lives and some of us not so much. I like some tech for sure. There's definitely convenience. Let's twist. But I don't like it to invade my life. I'm not really a Facebook person or Snapchat or Twitter or any of those things. I don't have accounts for any of those things, and I'm okay with that. I don't feel like my life is any worse off without it. But I know a lot of people love it and enjoy it. So let me know in the comments below, where do you sit with sort of tech and social media and things like that? I'm curious to know. I know it's different for everybody. And the last thing we're going to do is I got talking at the end here, is just reach forward. This cool down was probably a little longer than I intended just because we're having a nice little chat here. But that's what I really like about this forum, is that I can chat with you guys and you'll leave little comments for me below, and everybody's so positive, and it's just fun to be a part of this group. I really like being part of Go Simply, and I'm glad that you join me to do these workouts and make your comments below. I read every single one of them, and I try very hard to give everyone a reply comment. I love to hear what you have to say and to send you back a little something. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. I had a great time. You definitely made my day better. I hope that I have done something to lift your spirits today. I'll be doing more workouts soon. Be sure to join me.